Good morning, everyone. My topic is spoilage and defects of fermented food. Fermentation. Fermentation is a enzyme catalyzed metabolic process. Substances break down into similar substances. The study of the fermentation is called cymology. The father of fermentation, Louis Pasteur, it's an anaerobic biochemical process, and some of the fermented foods and product like beer, wine, yogurt, cheese, butter. Two types of the fermentation: homofermentation and heterofermentation. Homofermentation, only one type of product formation. Heterofermentation, more than one product formed. Ethanol fermentation. This is used in the industrial production of wine, beer, biofuel, etc. The end product is alcohol and carbon dioxide. Pyruvic acid break down into acetaldehyde and CO2. It's released. The next step, the ethanol is formed from acetaldehyde. NADH is also formed from NADH. Utilize the glycolysis. The acetaldehyde is converted to ethanol. Lactic acid fermentation. Glucose is converted to pyruvate. Pyruvate is directly formed lactate. This is the lactic acid fermentation. Microbial defects. Several microorganisms present in fermented milk product which cause flavor and texture defects like coliform bacteria, butyric acid bacteria, lactobacillus, heat resistant streptococcus, propionaic acid bacteria. First, we are discussing about coliform bacteria. Coliform bacteria rarely cause defects in cheese made from pasteurized milk. Coliform can only grow sugar is available media. They cannot ferment lactic acid. Fermentation by coliform has a little effect on the pH of the cheese, and prevention of coliform bacteria using the fast shoring starter and sodium or potassium nitrate. Fermentation by coliforms has a pH of the cheese effect. Example: E. coli and Enterobacter. Butyric acid bacteria, it's a Clostridium species anaerobic spore-forming bacteria, can grow cheese and fermented lactic acid. These are called butyric acid bacteria. The pH of the cheese is increased by the fermentation. The main breakdown product are butyric acid, carbon dioxide, and hydrogens. Uh, this butyric acid fermentation leads to texture and flavor defects. It's a large spherical holes formed in the cheese, as well as the very bad of flavor. Because of this growth, butyric acid bacteria in cheese considered the serious defect. Lactobacillus. Growth of mesophilic lactobacillus may induce the texture and the flavor defects. These organisms involved are the non-starter lactic acid bacteria. They occur in the many cheese types, adventures, flora. Say example, lactobacillus. Heat resistant streptococcus. Streptococcus thermophilus is used to starter in the case of the cheese made with thermophilic culture. Some of the strains can cause defects in the cheese made with mesophilic starter. Milk is a balanced food as well as the high nutrient value like protein, fat, carbohydrate, vitamins, minerals, and essential amino acids, and etc. It is the excellent growth media for all of the microorganisms like bacteria, virus, protozoa. Spoilage of milk. The main components of milk are water, fat, protein, and lactose. It's a high water activity, moderate pH 6.4 to 6.6, and high nutrient content. The both raw milk and pasteurized milk contain the many types of microorganisms. Spoilage of milk like showering and gas production, proteolysis, and slimminess, change in milk fat and alkali production, flavor defect and color defect, and etc. And alkali production, pseudomonas fluorescens produced alkaline. Alkali production due to the formation of ammonia from urea and formation of carbonate from organic acid. Flavor defect, acid flavor, caramel flavor, bitter flavor, and other flavor. And change in milk fat, various bacteria, yeast, and mold hydrolysis fact of the milk and gas rancidity. These species of the Proteus, Pseudomonas, Staphylococcus, Bacillus, Micrococcus, Clostridiums, and etc. And proteolysis is caused by proteolytic organisms include acid proteolysis in which acid production and proteolysis occurs stimulately, and proteolysis which little acidity, and sweet curding which caused by renin like enzyme of microorganisms. And acid proteolysis is caused by micrococcus, streptococcus, and some of the lactic fermenting bacillus species. And the sweet curding is caused by bacillus cereus. And gas production, sugar fermenting organisms produced gas, and the main gas form coliform Clostridium heterofermentive lactic propianates and bacillus and etc. Clostridium and coliform bacillus produced both hydrogen and carbon dioxide, while other produce only carbon dioxide. Gas production milk is evidenced by the form of the top of the liquid milk by gas bubble dropped in the curd. And contamination of milk, the animal field, the quality of water used, the quality of milk handling equipment and storage tank used, the contamination from milk animals, the surrounding the air and the farm and storage. The spoilage of butter. Butter is a milk product made by the separation of milk, and the main spoilage is caused by Pseudomonas, Aeromonas, and Acetobacter. The primary spoilage organism is butter or the mold such as Aspergillus. The pathogenic microorganisms like Brucella, Mycobacterium, Campylobacter, and Salmonella. And spoilage of butter, many spoilage microorganisms come in the butter from cream or milk from the prepared. Color defect, some color defect of the butter is non-microbial. They include pink color caused by sulfur dioxide, and darking caused by evaporation of the water from surface. Discoloration caused by microorganism depend upon the type of organisms. For example, penicillium give a green spot, alternaria is brown spot, pseudomonas is a reddish brown spot. And second defect, flavor. Cream and butter have a capacity to absorb the moisture from surrounding, and the butter may gain such flavor from absorption of the flavor is developed in butter during the microbial growth. Spoilage of yogurt. Yogurt is a lactic acid fermented milk product that is produced by this using symbiotic culture. Lactic acid bacteria like Staphylococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus delbrueckii, subspecies vulgaricus, and the mold and yeast are primary contaminated in the yogurt. The most common mold causing yogurt spoilage are Aspergillus, Penicillium, Rhizobus, and Trichoderma. The most common yeast causing yogurt spoilage are Candida species. They are responsible for flavor, gas production, discoloration. And spoilage of cheese. Cheese is fermented milk product. It's that made by coagulating gases present in the milk by using enzyme rennet. Soft and fresh cheese are spoiled easily, and higher pH, moisture content, and lower salinity. The bacteria cheese spoilage is caused by Clostridium species. Yeast are the common cheese spoilage organisms like Candida and Pichia species. The mold spoilage cheese is caused by mainly penicillium, and major pathogenic bacteria found in the cheese are Salmonella and Escherichia E. coli. Spoilage of cheese during manufacturing. During manufacture of the most cheese, lactic starter culture is added to the carry out the lactic acid fermentation. This starter are not effective, and the many contaminating organisms grow in the bring undesirable change in the cheese. For example, starter culture is not effective. Clostridium and bacillus grow and produce the holes and the other changes. Acid proteolytic bacteria may be produced a bitter flavor. Leuconostoc may be produced holes in the cheese. Various organisms cause proteolysis, gas production, and off flavor, damage of the quality of cheese. Cheese with too low acidity because of the failure to starter culture. Because addition of the cream is often made slimy by pseudomonas. And spoilage during the ripening spoilage occur by enzyme released from autolysis bacteria. Main type of spoilage differ with the type of cheese. In most gas production by Clostridium heterofermentative lactase and yeast cause formation and cracking of the cheese, and Clostridium also produce undesirable flavor by the production of butyric acid. Certain lactic streptococcus given bitter flavor. Some of the bacteria and yeast give sweet and fruity and yeasty flavor. In cheese, with insufficient acidity and putrefaction is caused by anaerobic Clostridium. Microorganisms also cause discoloration on the surface of the cheese. Blue, green, or black discoloration are produced by the reaction of H2S produced by the microorganisms with metal. Oxidative of the thiosin by bacteria give reddish brown and greenish brown color. And spoilage of finished cheese, soft cheese is most perceivable, and hard cheese, cheddar and sweet cheese are most stable. Most common spoilage organisms of finished cheese are molds. They grow on surface in the cause of discoloration. Sometimes a flavor is produced. Some of the molds causing spoilage cheese, penicillium and monilia. Thank you.